When I first found out about this church about 15 years ago, when my mom said she was going to be part of starting a new church, and I came down to visit. I was living in Northern Virginia, and it was amazing to see everyone who was just pitching in and doing whatever they can. They just were so excited about building the church and getting it started, and people were moving chairs and parking cars, and then part of the building committee and serving and on all the different committees, and that was really great to see a community of believers coming together to make this happen. And then most recently, I would have to say the fall festivals. I think those have been so fun, and to see everybody participating, whether it's making pies, making chili, judging the pies and chili, riding the kids around on horses, or doing the face painting, or the musicians who were playing in the pavilion. It was great to see everybody pitching in and helping out, and it was a wonderful time for the community.
I've been amazed many times. The first was probably a Christmas in April project where we supplied unskilled labor for a day to repair a local home. Volunteers that were skilled helped us with painting, helped us with siding, and we even repaired a roof, all together one day.
I'm constantly amazed at the outpouring of generosity from our congregation when we're asked to contribute to different things. Something as simple as a man's dental work, or our missionary work, or food bank donations, or something like toilet paper for the needy. Our congregation consistently steps up and supports the needs of our community. In my personal life, I have received tokens, acts of kindness, a note in the mail, just a small gift, and the giver at the time probably didn't think anything of it, but it made a difference in my life. I guess the point there is you never know what little act of kindness that you give, what change that may have in a person's life, and what impact that could have, and just an outpouring of God's generosity.
The food drives and the school supplies drives, because I have so many people come up to me and go, I can only donate this can, or I can only bring in pencils or a pack of paper, and then at the end of the drive, when you see how much food is there and how many school supplies are there for the people, that it really is heartwarming to see that everyone comes together, everyone donates, because we've all been given so much and we've been blessed so abundantly. And to see that your one little can, if it's just a can of corn or a can of beans, when it's multiplied with the gifts from the rest of the church, it really does make a difference for everybody.
As one of the original colonizers, I was here in the beginning as part of the dream of meeting in the building center, and eventually to this facility and beautiful grounds. And to me, that's from a little, a lot.
The great pearl that I think the congregation would be best to sell everything for would be to possess, as a congregation, a passion, the joy, the desire to walk in the path of the Lord, living our lives in honor of Christ. If we can achieve that as a congregation, all of our other goals for spreading the word throughout the community will be a byproduct, whether that be increasing membership, an education wing, or greater mission projects.
I think an earthly vision of the kingdom of heaven is the pearl we're striving for. For example, the congregation worshiping together, helping each other, meeting each other's need, praying together would all fit this definition.
I think the biggest thing is just seeing what you can do, what your gifts can do for the church. Serving as an elder, serving as a deacon, volunteering for different activities, helping out in the nursery. I mean, there's so many different ways that we can all do things here in the church. And, we have to remember that a church doesn't run by itself. It takes every member of the congregation putting their time and their talents forward. And we all have talents, and we all do have the time. We just need to make the time.
A couple Sundays ago, Reverend Whitfield talked about Scripture calling us to be under oarsmen, servants beneath the deck, rowing the boat in a common direction. Christ has set the cadence for our rowing. God is on the deck steering our ship. It's not for us to know what direction God is steering us, but for us as a community of faith to obediently follow the example of Christ, and this can be achieved through fellowship, education, and worship.
From my perspective, the more time that we can spend as a congregation in fellowship, in all of these different things, the easier it will be to discern God's vision for us and where Christ is leading us.